Slowly over the years, we have added additional features to the Sage Axe Lux line. We didn't update the original Sage Axe Lux 2 for the Glock 19. It was kind of inconsistent through the line of Sage Axe Lux stuff. And so we decided we should modernize kind of the original Sage Axe Lux and bring it consistent with the rest of the line. And so we've updated the Glock 19 Sage Axe Lux 2. So we've updated the body contour. The original Sage Axe Lux had a larger, more pointed body contour, and we switched to a low profile, more skeletonized body contour. The biggest advantage is going to be more comfortable for more people. However, it is not a compromise at all for concealment. So it still pushes the grip and the tang of the gun into your body and holds it tight. So the original Sage Axe Lux had a tall, full sweat guard on it, which sometimes is nice to protect the gun and protect the body, but most people found it actually not helpful. And one of the biggest issues we found with it was if you were to do some sort of violent movement without the gun in the holster, what would happen, that extra leverage there, it could bend and crease, and it could actually bend in such a way that you're not able to reholster the gun. So we decided to remove it after talking to a bunch of different people. The reduced sweat guard also allows for a more consistent, positive grip of the gun with a high thumbs up grip. Previously, there was a small little stop point on the trigger guard. And what we found was some people modified their trigger guards, or they would insert their gun in the holster with a great amount of vigor. And those people sometimes would over-insert the gun. And so we decided to go with a closed muzzle, kind of like we have with the Khartoum Lux. That's going to have a more positive, more consistent reholstering of the gun. It also rounds the inside a little more, so it will be a little more comfortable. There's still plenty of space for a threaded barrel to protrude through. However, we have a Glock 17 version of this now, so we'd still recommend going to the Glock 17 because that threaded barrel is going to get pretty hot. And so if you do a fair amount of shooting and training with it, the Glock 17 version will protect you and shield you from the heat better. And then if you have something like a Glock 17 or you have a muzzle device on the end that is short, just buy the Glock 17 47 version of the holster. For the Glock 19 and for our Glock 17 version of this, one of the main features is this universal light fit. So not all of the Sage Axe Lux are like that. Like some of the subcompacts, like the 43 and 48 versions, are not universal light fit. It is open, it is pretty much agnostic. As long as the light kind of sits in between the rail and the bottom of the trigger guard, it's going to fit in this holster. And that's going to be true whether you have an original TLR7 or you have like the new TLR7 HLX with a longer muzzle. Any of those lights will fit in this holster without any problems. This holster will work with your Glock 19 or your 45 without the light. And so if you work a job where you have to switch between light and no light or some other thing, or swapping between different lights, this holster would work. We don't recommend it as a primary mode of carry, so if you are going to run a Glock 19 and no light on it, we would recommend a Khartoum or a Velo as your primary mode of carry. But if you need the option, this holster, just like the Khartoum Lux, it'll work. So the question might come up, you have a Sage Axe Lux, you like it a lot, should you upgrade? You know, that's up to you. I would say if you like it a lot and it's working for you, then stick with it. There's no need to spend more money on something that you don't need. People who had started with the Sage Axe Lux who maybe moved to like a Khartoum or a Khartoum Lux, the updated features and the updated comfort, the updated concealment on this, a bunch of folks are really excited about it and they've switched to this. So it's definitely worth a look. Pretty hard to beat this low profile, compact, comfortable, concealable holster. Check it out at Tenacor.com.